Hello guys, and welcome back to another Satisfactory guide. This time we're going back to basics and talking about the need to know recipe ratios for when you hit steel, which is a super important milestone as it means the unlocking and use of things like the hypertubes and also the beautiful Mark III conveyors, which due to their ease of production will be super useful in your factories. Not to mention the 270 item throughput they have, which is fantastic for our efficiency. So if you do like this layout guide, please do drop a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you're watching this video after May, be sure to check out our satisfactorytips.com website, where we will be covering all these layouts and guides with step-by-step photos and a whole lot more. Anyway, let's jump in. So to start off with, the easiest item to produce is the steel pipes manufactured in the constructor. It requires 30 steel ingots per minute and produces 20 pipes in total. Therefore, if you underclock a foundry to 66%, you can use a one foundry to one constructor layout like this, and it'll almost be 100% efficient in terms of the clock speed. However, I would actually recommend using a two constructor layout. So for the first option with the two constructors, we use load balancers to load balance perfectly in a tight space. Now we do this by creating a 2-to-1 ratio by splitting the 45 ingots into 3 lines. 2 lines will merge together into the first constructor, allowing us to produce steel pipes at 100% clock speed, and the second line will run steel pipes at 50% clock speed. Now the second option I have for you skips out the load balancer merger and instead will run by fully saturating the second line, very much like our manifold process. Again, one constructor will run at 100% clock speed and the second one we will underclock at 50% clock speed. It really doesn't matter which one you choose though. However, better yet, we can place 2 foundries and merge them together so they produce a total of 90 steel ingots per minute, and then we can just simply split them between 3 constructors. Now do note you will need a Mark II belt between the merger and the splitter for this to run at 100% clock speed. Moving on to steel beams, these are a pain as they require 60 steel ingots per minute in order to produce 15 steel beams. So for this, I highly recommend a 4 foundry setup. This will allow you to produce 180 steel beams per minute, which will nicely split between 3 constructors. Now the first option requires us to merge the first 2 foundries together and then also merge the last 2 foundries together. We will then split these mergers each into 3 lines with splitters, and from here we will merge 2 lanes from both the splitters into another merger, and the last remaining lane from each splitter we will merge into a third merger. And then in front of these, we will have 3 constructors, allowing us to produce the 45 steel beams per minute. However, my favorite option is to place a splitter immediately after the first foundry, then a merger directly in front of the second and fourth foundry. Do note we are also going to place a merger in front of the third foundry, but we're going to have space in between that merger and the foundry enough for a second merger, which we won't be using. We're then going to add 3 constructors in a line directly in front of the third foundry's merger. It should look like this. And from here we will connect the first foundry's right splitter lane with the second foundry's merger. Next, we will place elevators on the other 2 splitter lanes, and they will both point towards the other foundries. From here, we will add a receiving elevator onto the mergers so that they directly face the first foundry's elevators. And we will then connect these via conveyor, leaving a really clean looking steel beam production line that you can see here, with 3 constructors running at 100% clock speed, again producing 45 steel beams per minute. Now finally, we have a factory that can do both the steel beams and pipes at the same time, both running at 100% clock speed. First, we will require 2 foundries to smelt a total of 90 ingots per minute. You will then split the first foundry into 3, placing a merger directly after, connecting 2 lanes to the merger, and the third lane will merge with a merger placed in front of the second foundry. Here, we will place 2 constructors in front of the mergers, and the first constructor will run steel pipes with 30 ingots, and the second constructor will manufacture steel beams with the 60 ingots. But anyway guys, there you are. It is just a quick and easy steel layout tutorial. I hope it helped you out. Hopefully this will get you started so that you can quickly build a factory and create your own designs. Now if you did enjoy this video, please do drop a thumbs up, and if you want to see more and haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, as we do create guides every week. Thank you so much guys for watching this. Anyways, until next time, ciao for now.